Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making this really gorgeous set. So let's jump right into it. I am starting out with my long sculpted square nail tips from Enailcouture, and I am going in with my base coat gel from Beetles. The nails are already buffed, so I did that before base coating, and that just makes sure that your base coat has something to stick to. I have noticed before that if you don't buff before, sometimes the nails will peel. It happened to me one time, so I was just making sure that I say that right off the bat. Next thing we are going in with is this color from Nails Bling Supply. It is a very sheer nude, but it's not so nude. It's more of like a really bright peach nudish color that's really sheer. So I need so many coats of this. The problem is that this bottle was almost empty, so I was definitely struggling to get the color that I wanted, which made it even harder to get the opaqueness. So I actually ended up having another almost empty bottle, so I ended up having to like dump them both on my counter so I can use both of them up, and I'm gonna have to get a new one eventually. But yeah, you'll see here that I ended up just dumping both of them on my counter so that I can have all of it in front of me. So now I can definitely build up the opaqueness way easier because I don't need to work with such thin layers. And yeah, this color is absolutely perfect for the set that we're going to be making. I'm actually going to insert the inspo picture here right now so that you guys can get an idea of what we are creating. And I ended up making it look exactly like the inspo photo, which is always my goal. So let me insert it right after I'm done with this. And I actually did end up going in with 4 to 5 coats of this gel because like I mentioned, it's just super sheer. So these nails were definitely on the stronger side because of how many layers of gel I had to use. I wanted to tell you guys, please take this time to subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying this video. Here is the inspo picture. As you can see, the nude base that I decided to go in with is absolutely perfect and it looks identical to the one in the photo. So my goal is always to make acrylic nail sets look like, or no, sorry, my goal is always to make my press-on nail sets to look exactly like the acrylic nails in the inspo picture. And I feel like I nail it almost every single time. So I absolutely love making videos and showing you guys how you guys can do it too, and what nude colors I use that you guys can also purchase to build up your collection if you guys are really interested in getting really down with press-ons and making them look more like acrylic nails. My biggest pet peeve was back when I first started doing press-on nails, I couldn't find nude gels that looked like acrylic like these ones that I use now. Back then I couldn't find any, and they were always super opaque and they just never looked good. The key is with the nude bases that you want to use, you want to make sure that they are sheer, at least semi-sheer. They don't have to be so sheer like this one that I use today, but at least a little bit sheer because that's what gives it the acrylic look is what I noticed. If they're super opaque, it's just gonna look different. So yeah, now I'm going in with this color. I am doing my French tips, and I actually end up showing the color that I used in a bit here. After I'm done doing that, I think I show you guys which one it is. But it is a color from Nail Reserve LA. It is one of my favorite brands. The colors are so opaque. You can tell right here. You can just see. This color looks almost like a pure white, but it's actually kind of an off-white. It looks like, the best way for me to explain it is it looks like a white that has just a tiny little dot of like gray in it. Not black, but gray. Almost like a pinkish gray, like a mauve. That's my best way I can explain it. But this color is absolutely amazing. The white on this color, like the whiteness, the opaqueness is what I meant, is so good. Like you can just tell it is one coat. I don't even need a second coat because of how pigmented this color is. It works so amazing, almost the consistency of a painting gel without it being annoying to where it starts to bubble up. I have never ever had Nail Reserve gel polishes bubble up on me, which is crazy because it always happens to me in my UV lamp where I'll start to get bubbles or it'll wrinkle, and I have never had that happen with these gel polishes before because that's how good they are. I cannot rave about these enough. You know, if you watch my channel, I use them on every single video. Almost every single video I use these gels because they're just so good. And I do have a code with them. I'll put it right here. And yeah, just in case you guys ever want to try them, it's just a code for you guys so you guys can get some percentage off. But literally, my videos are first-hand proof of how good these gels are. I cannot rave about them enough again. But yeah, I'm just doing my French tips here. And I am freehanding the French tips because I've practiced a lot on it and I've gotten to the point where I can do this. But if you want to get better at your French tips, you want to make sure you are using a very thin brush. And you want to make sure your brush is at least a 15 millimeter long brush. 10 or 15 millimeters is perfect. And you will get a perfect French tip because it'll help you get that really clean smile line without any, lines showing if your hand's shaking or anything like that. If I use a thicker brush, you will be able to see all of my shakiness in my hands in my line work. So you always want to make sure that you have a nice thin bristle brush, and also make sure it's nice and long because that'll just make all the difference. And yeah, so I'm just doing this right here, just doing all the French tips on all the nails. Literally just watching myself go back and do it is so satisfying. But here are the colors that I used, or that I'm using. It's this one right here called Young by Nail Reserve, and then I'm also using Lights Out Gel Polish by nailzbydev for this next part. It is the most perfect black gel polish. It is so incredible. It doesn't wrinkle on me either, and it is so opaque. Literally insane, to the point where you can put one coat on the whole nail, and I will put it up against my ring light. And you know how, like, if you put the nails up against a ring light, you can see if they're sheer, or you can see through it if you need more coats. I always make sure to do that when I'm doing my like full color sets. I don't know if that makes sense, like just the full opaque nail color sets. And I was doing a black nail set the other day, and I just used one coat of this black, and it worked so freaking good. You couldn't even see the light through it with just one coat, and it doesn't wrinkle, so it's amazing. I love nailzbydev's products. But the one thing that has wrinkled on me before are the liner gels. I've tried using the liner gels for French tips, and they did wrinkle on me, so that is one thing. So right here, what I'm doing is I already went ahead and applied a nailzbydev's blooming gel. Her blooming gel is really good. So I went ahead and put it up on only half the nail, and I tried to do it kind of a thin layer so it doesn't leave bumps on the nail when I go to put my top coat on. And I just put it on all the nails, the blooming gel, and now I'm doing these black lines. I'm doing 3 in the middle, and then like just little lines on the sides. It's gonna bloom out, and you're not gonna be able to see the lines so harshly, and it's just gonna give this like croc nail design 3D effect, or yeah, croc nail design effect. And I love this design effect. You just have to work super fast, because the first nail you do will bloom out way faster than the last one. You can see here the thumb is already blooming out, and the other ones aren't done yet. So you want to make sure you do it super quick. And if you don't want to worry about this and have it bloom out too fast, you can always go ahead and work one nail at a time. I was just trying to get my speed up, and I kind of wanted to practice and see how, like, I kind of wanted to test myself and see how fast I could go. So on the second hand, I tried to go even faster. So I was like applying the blooming gel. I tried to do it super quick, but doing the lines is where you have to be super fast, like really fast, because the blooming gel works quick, like super quick. So yeah, I love this blooming gel as well. It's really nice and thick, but if you apply a thin enough layer, you won't be able to see the lines and ridges when you go to put your top coat on, if you know what I mean. So yeah, see here. So I decided this method was better, doing each line on each nail at the same time. So yeah, I'm starting off the top line, middle line, bottom line, so that they all bloom out at the same exact moment, kinda. That was kind of my thought process, and I do think this method worked better. So if you guys want to, work a little faster, I definitely recommend this instead of going and curing each nail in between, because that'll waste a little more time for you. And I always make sure to get a few little lines on the sides, just so that it's not plain. And look at this, it's looking so good. And I am getting a little tiny brush with a little bit of acetone and cleaning up if it gets on the nude part, just because I don't like it on the nude. I don't want to see it bloomed out like that. So now I'm grabbing my no wipe top coat, and this is from Beetles. It is my favorite. And now I'm just top coating all of the nails. And I always double cure when I top coat because I apply a nice thick layer because I want it to be super even and level. I hate a runny top coat. I love this one because it's pretty thick, especially if it's cold in your room. The gel will thicken up really nicely and your top coat will go on so smooth. So it'll be a little more runny if your room's hot, but I love this one nonetheless. It's always so good. Never fails me ever. So yeah, I'm just top coating the nails and I'm going to double cure just to make sure it's all the way cured because we do not want our gel polish to peel or our top coat to peel. So yeah, I'm just doing that on both hands. Now for my favorite part, which is designing the nails. So as you saw from the inspo picture, it had some charms. I actually had to order these charms on Amazon, so I will put them in the description for you guys. And I'm going in with my Zulays nail bling adhesive. It is so good. This stuff will make sure your charms do not come off. The only problem that I've been struggling with is it's really hot where I do my nails at. And where I live, it gets up to like 110 degrees, probably even hotter sometimes. I think the hottest I've seen it get here is like 113, which is literally insane. But yeah, so I'm going ahead and just putting my Zulays glue on, and as you can see, it's running all over the place because my room is a little warmer. I recommend putting the Zulays glue in a tiny little fridge. If you have a little fridge, like those little skincare fridges that you can have in your area or near your nail desk where you can like have it on hand, that's what I recommend 1000%. I used to have one, I just don't remember where it's at, but I need to get a new one if I don't have it because that it will definitely change the game for me during the summer months. As you can see, my charms were like falling everywhere. That middle charm specifically was falling all over the place because it's pretty heavy, so it wasn't staying put. I had to be super careful, but I didn't want to use a different type of glue because I don't want to risk it. Because the charm is so big, I know for sure that my Zulays glue will hold it in place and it will not fall. But I kind of had to be a little smarter with the way I was applying it next. So you guys will see I try a few different methods, but because it's runny, it is pretty difficult to work with at the moment. And I'm just making sure I apply good enough amount. But I hate that it slides all over the place. So if you guys are going to get absolutely anything from this video, I totally recommend this squeezy gel from Enailcouture. It's this one right here. It's the black tube squeeze gel. I think it's called Gummy Jelly Squeezy, something like that. But you guys can see it from the bottle. I think it's the only black tube gel that Enailcouture sells. This gel is so good, you guys. It's so nice and thick. I even tried using the Macart gel, and even that one was making my charms slide all over the place. These charms right here, the ones on the pinky, I had to apply those little dots, those little tiny little dots one by one. Not dots, I don't know what those are called, metallic beads. I had to apply those one by one, and it was slipping and sliding all over the place. I literally couldn't film during that part because I had to get out of frame. But those little tiny metallic beads, caviar beads, they were slipping and sliding all over the place. And this little squeezy gel is the only thing that kept them in place long enough for them not to slide on the side of the nail. This gel is super nice and thick, and it totally holds the crystals up so good. And as you can see, I was applying them all around the big charm after my Zulay glue was fully dry. I waited a few hours for it to dry, and then I went ahead with my squeezy gel and put it all around the charm so it wouldn't fall. And then I cured it in the UV lamp because the squeezy gel does cure in the UV lamp, but the Zulays glue does dry like in the air or with a nail glue dryer spray. So I hope I kind of explained that correctly. But yeah, definitely pick up that squeezy gel. It is so freaking good. It's so nice and thick and holds your charms in place if your glue is runny like mine is. But yeah, you guys, this is the finished result. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. These nails are super trendy right now and they're super cute. I honestly really love them. And I hope you guys learned something new in this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!